Time tracking is one of the most effective ways to spot scope creep before it starts eating into your project's budget and timeline. If you're managing a project, you've probably dealt with scope creep, those sneaky changes that slowly expand the project's requirements, often without clear approval. In this quick tutorial, I'll show you how time tracking can help you identify scope creep early on and keep your projects on track. First, let's talk about why time tracking is so powerful when it comes to spotting scope creep. Without tracking, it's easy for those small, incremental changes to go unnoticed until it's too late. Time tracking, however, provides clear data on how much time is spent on each task. So if a task starts to take more time than originally planned, you'll know something's off. Here's how you can start using time tracking to spot scope creep. First, establish a baseline. When you first plan your project, you'll want to estimate how long each task or deliverable should take. This can be based on past projects, team capabilities, or industry standards. The key here is having a baseline so you know what normal looks like. If you're unsure how long a task should take, use our software's historical data and time tracking analytics to set more accurate estimates. Now here's where the time tracking tool really comes in handy. As your team works through the project, you'll be able to see how much time each task is actually taking. If you notice that a task is consistently taking longer than expected, that's a red flag. It could mean that the scope of that task has expanded. This is scope creep. Next, compare tracked time to the original scope. Let's say a team member logs hours on a task that wasn't in the original plan, or they log more hours than expected for a task that was already defined. These are signs that the scope has grown without a formal change request. The software we're using allows you to tag and categorize different aspects of the project so you can quickly spot these discrepancies. Another great feature is setting alerts for time thresholds. You can set alerts in your time tracking software to notify you when a task exceeds its estimated time. If that happens, you can pause and ask whether the extra time is justified or if the scope has expanded beyond the original plan. This allows you to catch scope creep before it gets out of hand. Once you notice scope creep, it's time to act. The best way to handle it is to revisit the project's scope and budget with your client or team. Make sure that any new tasks or requests are documented, approved, and accounted for in the project's timeline and cost structure. This ensures that everyone is on the same page and that no work is added without proper approval. Now don't forget, I've tried out some of the most popular time tracking software tools out there. If you want to follow along with this process, check out the software we're using today. It has a ton of features designed to help you spot scope creep easily. I've even arranged an exclusive free trial for viewers of my channel, which you can grab from the description below. To wrap up, the key takeaway here is simple. Time tracking is essential for spotting scope creep early. By tracking the time spent on each task, comparing it to your original estimates, and setting alerts, you can catch scope creep before it negatively impacts your project. And remember, using time tracking software gives you the data to stay in control and ensure your project stays within scope. So make sure you check out the exclusive free trial in the description if you want to get started with time tracking today. Thanks for watching, and good luck managing your projects.